Hey guys, what's up? Fan here again, and today I'm bringing you guys another video commentary, and this time I'm going to be covering the hero Falstad. Now I'm going to be covering one of Falstad's most common builds here, and it's going to be the mage build Falstad. This build is pretty much, by and large, considered to be the best Falstad build, just better than auto attack straight up in almost every way. Most of the time, if you want to be playing some competitive heroes, you want to be using this build at the moment. And I'm going to go through the build, and I'm also going to upload a Hero League game with Falstad in just a bit as well, so you guys can look at that as well. Um, I know I've also been away for quite a while. I was pretty busy with Worlds and then the NA roster Apocalypse, and more recently, with Pokemon Go being released. But hopefully, I will have a lot more videos for you guys soon. So first of all, let's get started with the skill set here. Level 1, you want Gathering Storm for sure. Gathering Storm is extremely important in this build because obviously, it's very synergistic with the Mage kit. You get additional spell damage 2 every time you hit a hero. You get a lot in skirmishes, and if you actively try to stack this, it actually goes up to absurd levels. I've had games where I've managed to double or even have more than double the original damage. So let's say at level 20, you see that hammering deals 290 damage per tick. I've actually had, quests where I've had over 300 damage by this point. If you think about that, the hammer deals 600 damage each way, and you also get boomerang. That's absolutely, insane for the amount of damage that you can do. And yeah, it's just really good overall. I feel like you can also carry with this if you are good enough at stacking, kind of like an Asmodean. So, it's just very good overall. Level 4, I think there's quite a few choices. I think all three of these are playable. The most common one, especially in Korea at the moment, is Hammer Gains. Hammer Gains gets you the most kind of, I guess it would give you the most sustain for out of all these talents in general. Basically, it's just 20% lifesteal. Even though it's an auto attack talent, it's good because it gives you sustain. Every time you take damage and you're laning, obviously you can pretty easily trade it back, and it makes merking a lot easier as well. You can see if I just start up Merc Camp here, I don't lose very much HP while merking, and this becomes more and more true the later on in the game. Whatever HP that you lose, you're gonna recover very quickly just with the globe and auto attacking lane minions. So overall, it just gives you some very good sustain. My personal favorite out of this talent here, however, is Static Shield. I like this a lot because it's basically like a Stone Skin, a weaker form of Stone Skin. The fact that you can get it at level 4 is very influential, and I like it a lot because, basically it gives you the Stone Skin right when you need it. And this is whenever you initiate a duel with someone, you're going to be using both your Q and W, and they're going to be most likely either running away or hitting you back. In the case that they're running away, you're going to get a lot of free damage off anyways, and it's all good there. But in the case that they hit you back, you actually, the damage is mitigated heavily by this basically Stone Skin. And as long as you stay in range of the W, the damage trade will be extremely favorable for you. I don't think there's a single hero that can outtrade a Falstad as long as you're kiting properly, and weaving in every single auto attack you possibly can. I don't think there's really a single hero, especially backline, that can actually outtrade you if you hit your Q and your W and you're auto attacking consistently. That's kind of a role that Falstad is really good at. You kind of harass the backline, look for those isolated 1 versus 1 fights whenever anyone's out of position. Even if you're just chunking, you can just, QW and then auto 2 or 3 times and then back off. In all these small trades, I feel like Stone Skin helps you so much. And it's actually my personal favorite. However, I think any of these three work. Level 7 is pretty obvious. It's Boomerang. Boomerang is very important, mainly in terms of wave clear. Before you have Boomerang, Falstad's wave clear is like meh, but after you have Boomerang, as soon as the wave comes out to you, you just Boomerang the wave, and it basically dies almost instantly, depending on how well you've been stacking that game. It's just extremely good, and you guys can check this out in the video Hero League game that I'm gonna be uploading with Falstad as well. So yeah, just very good. Adds more burst damage, adds more spell damage, and I think the main part is that it adds huge wave clear to Falstad's kit. With this, you can be so mobile around the map. You're completely global. You have instant wave clear and very strong dual power, and that is why Falstad is one of the strongest assassins in the game right now. Because the combination of all of those things makes the hero very lethal, obviously. But moving on, level 10, pretty much always want to go Gust. Even though it's been nerfed, it used to be 40 seconds, now it's 60. That does hurt a little bit, but Gust is such an incredible skill, it just really doesn't matter too much. This is a skill that can single-handedly save a teammate, it can single-handedly save your entire team. Basically, you just push away people, and it can be used to make plays as well. The most common use of Gust, obviously, will be to disengage. Let's say that they're going on someone on your team and you know that he's gonna die if you don't do anything. You just go ahead and Gust, and it's such a wide radius you can normally hit everyone on the enemy team, and it's a very clean disengage. So every time you're at a disadvantage, every time there's a fight that you don't like, you just press Gust, you reset the fight, you get a second chance. It's very powerful that way. There's also a lot of tricks and stuff to where, like, as soon as you get one kill, you'll fly behind the enemy team and Gust them into your team. That's stuff like that's very reliable too. And of course, there's tips and tricks where you can like Gust people into a wall and get them all clumped up, or Gust them into a specific location. There's a lot of tricks like that as well. Overall, Gust is just a really good playmaking heroic. Level 13, what you want is Tailwind. A lot of people underestimate how good Tailwind is in regards to the mage build. If you're playing Falstad right, Tailwind, sorry, not Tailwind, Flow Rider, which is only active when Tailwind is active. Flow Rider basically can almost double your damage output. Like, you should be reading this as, gets your kind of sustained damage output increased anywhere from, let's say, 20% in a really bad fight to 100% if your Flow Rider never falls off, and that's an amazing amount of damage output. I guess it's not quite 100% of your spell damage. It doesn't count auto attacks, obviously, but that's an amazing amount of damage. And basically, you just throw your Q out there, you chunk someone. Throw your Q out there, you chunk someone, and you can look how fast it just recharges, right? It only takes 5 seconds for it to recharge, as opposed to 10. Yeah, it's really not that much for me to say about Flow Rider, other than people underestimate this a lot. Some people like to get Giant Killer when they're dealing with tanks. And yeah, normally Giant Killer is very good when you're dealing with a tank. However, Flow Rider is so integral to the Mage Falstad's kit, I would never ever skip Flow Rider no matter what. Even if the enemies was playing like a triple tank lineup, I would still get Flow Rider, because I guarantee you will have more damage playing Flow Rider, as long as you're playing right and avoiding getting your passive knocked off as much as possible. You're going to get more damage out of Flow Rider than you ever will out of Giant Killer, at least for this build. Next up, we have Area Gusts. This is, it makes kind of your whole build a lot easier to play. Even if you get knocked off for the Tailwind, even if it gets knocked off, it comes back in 2 seconds, and the movement bonus goes to 30%. And when you're at 30%, it makes it very easy to kind of dodge and juke skill shots. It makes Falstad even more not mobile than he already is. And you can play that kind of style where you just go up to someone, you QW them, and then you have 30% move speed as well as an E and an R. You have all of these options for mobility, for disengage. It just lets Falstad move around very freely in a fight, able to engage. You can chunk out tanks, you can walk around and duel the backline with a good amount of certainty that you won't die because of all your mobility and disengage. And once again, even if your Tailwind gets knocked off, it's just going to come back in 2 seconds, which makes, Flow Rider even more valuable. Last but not least, we have most of the time Epic Mount. I will always take Epic Mount, unless I am like all-inning at the core or something, in which case Wind Tunnel or Nexus Frenzy might be better for that particular situation, but every other situation I would take Epic Mount. It's just so good, I don't need to talk too much about Epic Mount. Everyone knows what it does. It reduces the cooldown a lot. It basically makes your Z a global bolt. That's what I think of Epic Mount more or less. It's a global bolt on a 25-second cooldown, and that's just really good. Yeah, not much else to say there. So that's kind of my video for Falstad. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's my first video in quite a while, and I realized that. I'll be trying my best to upload more videos, but other than that, make sure you guys follow the video, follow the channel and comment on the video with your comments below. I will be reading those once more, and you guys can tell me what you want to see in the future or what you thought about the videos, and I'll try my best to take note of it. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to check out my other video, which will have Hero League Falstad gameplay as well. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.